Are you tired of doom scrolling through countless hours of brain rot edits to feed your dopamine addiction, but by the end of it you still haven't learned a thing? Are you the ideal representation of a bad citizen that is a leech on our constitutional republic? Well, search no further.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another Minecraft tutorial. Today we're going to be showing you how to vote and stuff. Be sure to like and subscribe and hit that bell.
There's a few qualifications you need to meet in order to participate in state and federal elections. First, you gotta be a citizen of America. I'm talking to you, Pablo. You also must be a resident of Michigan for at least 30 days and be older than 18.
That's right. There's one small little detail you forgot though. If you're currently incarcerated and in jail, like poor Joe over here, you can't vote. He was charged with 63 accounts of arson and has 12 life sentences. We don't let him out.
There are a few ways you can register to vote.
The simplest way is just to come in person to the local clerk office.
Or you could be cool and not even see them by doing it online at the Michigan website or by mail.
It's very simple, very easy, and... how did he get out? I'm gonna call the cops. Excuse that rude interruption. Anyways...
If you want to do it online, registered voters can request an absentee ballot through a request form. You can also call your city or township clerk to email you an absentee ballot, or visit them in person.
You must apply for one by 5 p.m. on the Friday before the election, and it must be received by your city or township clerk by 8 p.m. on election day. You can submit by mail or by hand delivering the ballot to your clerk's office or their drop box. Otherwise, you're doomed to... If voting online is too much of a hassle for you, you could also vote in person. Luckily for Landon, he's actually pretty close to his local polling place.
The next presidential election is on November 7th, 2028, meaning that all of you watching will be the legal age to vote. You will vote, right?
All polling places open at 7 a.m. and close at 8 p.m., so you have plenty of time to vote.
If you don't know where to vote, check your local city or county website. They have the locations there. Or just look out your window on the off chance that there are big red floating letters that say polling place.
Okay, well Landon over here still has no clue how to vote.
Don't worry, it's super easy. You show up to your assigned polling location. You verify your identity, fill out a ballot, submit, and leave.
How do we know Pablo isn't going to sneak in and vote without permission?
Well, you don't need a voter ID in Michigan, but you can fill out this little form saying you are who you are, and that's good enough, I guess. But don't worry, Pablo isn't going anywhere.
Okay, let's say you aren't Landon and don't live 10 seconds away from your polling place. Maybe it makes sense to vote early because the traffic is really heavy when you get out of work.
Don't worry, because Michigan now has early voting. During the early voting period, citizens can submit early ballots into tabulators at their early voting site. If you have registered, you are free to vote early.
Early voting sites can be found up to 60 days prior to the election at michigan.gov/vote, and they must be open for a minimum of 9 consecutive days, ending on the Sunday before the election. They can be open for up to 28 days if the community votes on it.
You will always be able to vote early on both state and federal elections, and may be given the opportunity to do so for local elections as well. Even though we have the right to vote, there are still a few restrictions to make sure the election process is fair. First, you can't try to persuade people at polling stations by wearing campaign-related clothing.
Whoa, hold it right there. That a red shirt?
Or by holding an election-related signs near the station. You also can't take any selfies with your ballot. That's just weird.
Guys, voting is super important and you should do it if you want to be cool. It ensures that the leaders of the United States represent and carry out the will of the people, not just a small percentage of the population. If you don't like the way things are, vote for change. If you do like the way things are, vote to keep it that way. Either way, it's up to you. If you want to learn more about voting in Michigan, you can go to mvic.sos.state.mi.us or michigan.gov/sos/elections.
Thanks for watching the super cool tutorial, and I'll see you guys next time.